Both Lost in Space and Star Trek were originally on the air during the same years, competing shows and competing audiences. While both shows may have been boldly going where no show had gone before, both shows were mapping their journeys somewhat differently. Bill Mumy, aka Will Robinson, and I talked about it in our 1993 interview.
I was a Lost in Space guy.
They're so different, though.
Oh, it was Wednesday night at 7:30. Of course, I was only allowed to stay up till 8 because I was very young.
Oh,
But
okay.
okay. But yeah, they were very much different camps for the two different shows.
Star Trek was kind of a military show in the space arena, and Lost in Space was more or less a family, and then we became that campy fantasy type show because we were on opposite Batman, and everything became, remember pop art, that term pop art? Very quickly vanished, that term, from our culture, but for a while everything was just too colorful and too campy and over the top, and Lost in Space certainly had its share of poppy, campy episodes.
It really evolved, though. You know, if you take from the pilot and the first season in black and white to what happened towards the end of it grew, and the characters developed in such strange ways.
Yes, indeed.
Particularly.
Well, we kind of got locked in that Dr. Smith, Robot, and Will syndrome for a while. Well, Smith was supposed to be killed off after the first 6 shows originally, and then he became so popular that they kept him around, but he was a really mean guy at the beginning, trying to murder everybody, and they couldn't keep that. You know, they couldn't have him trying to murder the kids every week.
He always ended up being his own worst enemy.
He became a parody, a buffoon. He was a formidable villain originally, and then he kind of became this buffoon.
Now, there were 2 pilots done of the show, isn't there?
No, we did 1 pilot without Dr. Smith and the robot, and then CBS bought the show, but made some changes in it before we went on the air. So they added Dr. Smith and they added the robot, and the original pilot was then cut up into the first 5 episodes.
Oh, I see.
I fessed up in segment 1, and there you just heard it again. I was a Lost in Space guy. I am a Lost in Space guy. But that doesn't mean that I don't have respect for you Trekkies. I do. I just had a thing for hydroponic gardens and just playing robots in the 1960s. On the first season DVD release of the series, you can actually watch the original unaired pilot, which I loved. By the time 11-year-old Billy Mumy was cast as Will Robinson, he was already a seasoned Hollywood actor, including appearing in several episodes of Rod Serling's now classic series, The Twilight Zone. One particularly memorable episode introduced audiences to a temperamental farm boy with an uncanny knack for wishing people he didn't like into a nearby cornfield, never to be seen again. Lost in Space made him a child star, but Bill never suffered from any of the ill effects of fame that so many other kids who became famous seemed to fall victim to. How did he get into acting in the first place?
I broke my leg when I was 4 years old, and I stared at the television set for 4 or 5 months watching Guy Williams as Zorro and George Reeves as Superman, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to get inside that box.
More about that and the lingering effects of being a child actor in Hollywood in segment 3 with Bill Mumy. In the meantime, got a favorite Lost in Space character or episode? I know I do. Tell us about it. Post your comments on the RerunIt.com audience page. Look for the link on your screen. If you liked viewing our interview clip with Bill, watch it again. Some things are worth repeating here on RerunIt.com. And don't forget to check out our interview clips with some of your other favorite stars as well. From Los Angeles, I'm Brad Lemack. Thanks for watching.